So recently, there's been a lot of news stories circulating regarding energy drinks. Out of everything that's happening in the world, energy drinks are the worst. It's the biggest problem we have. It really isn't. I think that the news should focus on other things rather than energy drinks. Now, I can see why the news gives attention to energy drinks, however, and that's simply because they are so bad for you. Like, a lot of people don't even have an idea of how bad they are for them. Energy drinks are very popular among kids, not really kids. I mean, these news companies, these news articles make it out like flipping 10-year-olds are drinking these energy drinks, when in theory, it's more late teens, like my age. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind energy drinks. They taste like crap, but they make you feel kind of good. And I can understand why people, drink them a lot. But they're extremely addictive. And I think a lot of people neglect how serious energy drink addiction can really be. It gives you constant headaches. It can raise your anxiety. It raises your blood pressure. It ruins your teeth. You can get diabetes. It causes obesity. Heart palpitations. You become more susceptible to illnesses. And you generally become less fit. That's a lot of negatives, okay? And what are the positives? Oh, you feel a little bit more wide awake. Coffee does that. It's a natural source of caffeine. But anyway, in today's video, I wanted to react to a news video. Well, I say news video. I wanted to react to a video that was recommended to me, which simply reads, should energy drinks be banned for under 16s this morning? And this actually initiates quite a good conversation, because I feel that energy drinks should be regulated, because kids don't understand. And what I mean by a kid, I don't mean literally a kid. I mean just someone who has the intelligence of a kid, which includes lots of 16-year-olds and younger, obviously. So this video pretty much talks about why energy drinks should be banned for under 16s, and it's actually quite interesting. So let's give it a watch. If you guys enjoy this video, be sure to leave me a like. It helps me out a lot. I want to read your guys' opinions, so be sure to leave a comment. I'll be sure to reply to them. And also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. It'd be ironic if I was drinking an energy drink now, but no, I'm drinking milk.
How did energy drinks impact the pupils there?
Has a massive impact on their behaviour.
Okay, straight away, we're getting straight into this story. I love it how they just don't explain what's happening. So I'll fill you guys in. I'll do ITV's job. Effectively, this woman was a teacher and she quit because apparently the kids were too crazy. which is such a stupid reason to quit, but whatever.
How did energy drinks impact the pupils there?
Has a massive impact on their behaviour, which obviously affects their learning. Really, in young people and children with ADHD and things like that, some of them would have 3 or 4 cans even before lunchtime, and they'd just be really acting out in the classroom, so it became impossible to teach.
And this is aggressive.
Right, first off, that's definitely an over-exaggeration. You're telling me that students with ADHD were drinking, on average, because that's how she's making it out like. She's making it out like it's almost an average. It's a daily reoccurrence. That they're drinking 3 to 4 energy drinks, like a massive 500 milliliter can, before midday. What? That's just not correct. Like, I understand that she probably has quite a good argument, but I don't know why she's over exaggerating it, because obviously it's quite rare for someone to have that many flipping energy drinks, because that's expensive. Like, not many kids are gonna happily spend £4 for energy drinks just until 12 p.m. That just doesn't make sense to me.
I've had chairs thrown at me, swearing.
And also you've had sexual remarks made towards you?
Yes, yes I have, yeah.
I feel bad for teachers, I'm not gonna lie. They have to put up with a lot of crap for not too much pay, so I can understand, so I can empathize with her, for God's sake.
And do the children say, do they then sort of try and explain this away? Do they realise that it's because of the energy drink?
Some of them will say, oh, sorry miss, I've had loads of Red Bull this morning. Some of them think that it helps them with their learning too.
Who thinks? What school does she teach at? Honestly, what pupil would think that energy drinks help them with their learning? What?
Some of them just use it like a drug, literally, so that they can sort of buoy themselves up, ready for a day of, yes, ready for a day of...
Did you try to confiscate them?
It depends on what the policy is of the school. So we, as teachers, we're not allowed to search children. We're not allowed to search their clothes or their bags or anything like that.
Really? I think they are. I think teachers are allowed to do that.
Sometimes we'd refer it to a senior teacher who might be able to do something, but they say, oh, it's theft, you can't take it off me.
Did you go to the parents?
Yes, the schools do sometimes go to the parents, and the parents say that they don't really have any control over what the children are spending their money on.
Exactly, this is my point. A lot of parents don't actually recognise what their kids buy at shops. Like, for example, near my school, there's a shop, there's a convenience store. It's obviously been strategically placed there to obviously generate as much revenue from kids as possible. And everything there is so cheap. Like, you can literally buy energy drinks, like 250ml energy drinks, which probably have the same amount of caffeine in as Red Bull, just even worse ingredients, god dang it. A lot more preservatives. And they're only like 25p each. So I can understand why people buy so many of them. Because, I mean, you have £1, that's £1, you get 4 drinks. That's crazy, that is. Sheesh. They really try to prey on kids, because kids... What a lot of kids think, especially when they're young and stupid, they think the more that they get, the better. Like, they'll literally go for a drink, for example, and instead of buying, I don't know, a can of Coke, which is what is more healthy, it's a healthier option, they would buy instead as many drinks as possible, simply because they think that they're using their money wisely, which technically they are doing, just they're damaging their health in turn.
When they go out in the morning, you know...
Well, we're going to talk about the impact.
Okay, this guy's interrupted her twice. Come on. You're not going to be like Piers Morgan, are you? God dang it.
It made you decide to change your career.
Yes, yeah, I quit teaching at Christmas, and I'm in a different field now.
And that's fundamentally because of the behaviour
Yes.
after the kids drink these
Yes,
drinks.
yes, it really...
Okay, that just seems extremely obscure. What? Like, I don't believe her. Like, yeah, she quit her job. I 100% believe that. But I don't think it's because of that one cause. Like, not every student drinks energy drinks. I mean, I don't even know anyone who likes energy drinks in my friendship group. Maybe that's because I hang around intelligent people, believe it or not. Maybe because John doesn't have the money to spend on energy drinks, because he just spends it all on food. But that's irrelevant.
So, Alice, I mean, what is in it? Why are they so dangerous?
Well, it's a
I love it how the interviewers, you know, pretend that they don't know what they're on about. They're like, so what makes it so dangerous? It's obvious. Sugar, caffeine, taurine. I mean, taurine is literally acid. You know, it's not a good ingredient.
£2 billion industry, marketed for endurance, for stimulation, for energy, for athletic performance. They've got mainly caffeine, sugar, and all of them different amounts of different ingredients, but largely taurine as well, which is an amino acid. Some of them do, some of them don't. Let's have a look what's in them. So, Red Bull, this has got just over 1 shot of coffee, so 1 1/4 shots of coffee, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teaspoons of sugar.
Okay, I appreciate how she's trying to, you know, show how much sugar is actually in the drink. She's not even using even teaspoons, so that's kind of out the window. You know, I think she quoted how there's 7 teaspoons of sugar added. She's probably added the equivalent of 12, because most of them were heaped. So technically it's a false narrative. But regardless of that, I don't get how the comparison of sugar and energy drinks shock people. Like, 7 teaspoons of sugar, like, that's unsurprising to me. And obviously what she's actually putting in the flipping glass is way more than 7 teaspoons. Like, that's not even that much sugar when you think about it. A lot of people get shocked when they see how much sugar goes into their system. It's not that much when you think about it. Sugar is just energy. It's just stored up energy. And if you are actually moving a lot, you will burn most of it off, especially if you do a lot of sport, which a lot of these kids obviously will do. And they probably will burn it all off, but it kills your teeth. Like, there's no other way to debate that.
You wouldn't even think about giving your kid a coffee,
Oh,
would
you
you?
just
I mean, you just would.
wouldn't,
That's
would you?
in your head. People seem to realise that, but then it's in there.
So this confuses me, because she says, oh, you wouldn't even think about giving your kid coffee. I've drunk coffee since I was probably about 14. I drink about 4 to 6 coffees a day, and people think that that's a lot. It really isn't. It's natural. It's unprocessed. It's good for you. Coffee is good for you. It's a plan at the end of the day. But yeah, I don't like it how she says, you won't give this to your kids. Like, what age group are they talking about here? Like 12-year-olds? 16-year-olds? I don't understand, because if they're 12-year-olds, it's a lot more severe. It's a lot worse of an issue.
Children are replacing meals with this. So instead of having breakfast, waking up in the morning, they're waking up, having a can of this, going to school, and then they suddenly sort of almost needing to have more by lunch.
No one's doing that. Are you kidding me? Like, I don't like how they try to over-exaggerate everything. Like, no kid is going to wake up in the morning and have a flipping energy drink to start the day. Like, you genuinely have a lack of brain cells at that point. No one is going to be just giving their kids energy drinks. You know, it's not something that parents choose their kids to consume. And that's why I think that the parents aren't the problem in this case. I think it's just more the kids. They're just stupid, and these corner shops and these smaller shops, they take advantage of that. They try to sell as much cheap crap as possible. And it's sad because I remember, for example, when I used to go to Farm Foods when I was younger, the cookies, you can get massive packs of Jammy Dodgers, for example. You get 8 in a packet for 39p. That's just so cheap, and it's so easy to overeat because let's think about it, right? You go to the co-op, okay? Let's say you have £1. What can you spend £1 on? Oh, I can either spend £1 on a pan of chocolate fresh from the bakery, which is, you know, the healthy option. Or, I don't know, I could get a banana. I don't know. Or you could get 2 massive bags of donuts. That's 10 donuts for £1. Like, it's obvious that kids are going to go for the really unhealthy options. I think that's actually really depressing. I don't think energy drinks should be banned for under 16s. There's nothing illegal in them. It's not something that needs to be banned. It's just something that needs to be severely reduced. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video here. It annoys me, this does. It's obvious that a lot of companies are taking advantage of kids. And the idea of energy drinks, you know, the fact that they energize you, they make you feel better, and they're cheap. Kids love. That's what kids really do love. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to leave me a like, leave me a comment, and also be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new today. Hope you guys have a good day. Make sure you drink your energy drinks in moderation. In realism, don't drink them at all. Like, there's so many different alternatives. Just have coffee. It's like 50 times better for you.